Hey guys, Gary Pegues here with Family First Life. Thanks for jumping on for just a minute. I want to take a few seconds and just want to go over typically what a good, successful schedule looks like for agents here at Family First Life. For those that are working full time and how they're doing and how they're having the success that they're having committing to a good schedule. I think that's 80% of your success rate is not only being able to be good on the phone, but I think being good on the phone and providing yourself a solid, disciplined schedule is also going to be a factor in making sure that you have the success that you need, that you help a lot of families, and you make the type of income that you need to make and that you deserve to make. So I want to go over that really quickly here. As you're kind of looking at the slide, there's a couple of things that you're going to see. And for most full-time agents here at Family First Life, traditionally, again, you're independent. You can have whatever schedule that you want to have, but I just want to hone in on what most full-time agents' schedule looks like that are successful in this business, okay? If you're looking at this screen, you'll notice that Monday and Thursday, you'll see dial time. Now, there's a couple of reasons that Mondays and Thursdays are great times to dial. I want to go through that for a second, but the first thing you'll see on Mondays and Thursdays is we start dialing at 8 o'clock. You know, sometimes a couple of minutes before 8 o'clock is also advantageous. 5 minutes till, 6 minutes till, things like that. But we want to start dialing on Mondays to book up our appointments for Tuesday and Wednesday. So we never want to try to book appointments outside of 48 hours because a lot of our clients are just like you and me. We forget things, right? We forget what we're doing tomorrow, let alone today. So we don't want to go too far out. So I'm going to dial Monday at 8 o'clock until I can book up Tuesday and Wednesday with anywhere between 15 to 17 appointments for that 2-day period. All right. And as you're looking at Tuesday, Wednesday, you'll see that you'll see at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11, 12, and so on. Most of our full-time agents, again, that are experienced, we'll book our appointments on the hour, every hour. All right. Now, when I first started, I was booking appointments at every hour and a half because I just felt like I needed more time to get ready, or maybe I spent more time in the home than I should have at the beginning. And then I trimmed it down and went every hour because I was able to pack in a lot more appointments when I did that, and it helped me. So I made more money when I started doing things like that, as opposed to spreading it out over an hour and a half period. So I think that's going to help you. The other advantage of dialing on Mondays is you also take advantage of the live training that we offer at Family First Life that usually happens that afternoon around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So you get to take advantage of all the live training that takes place around this country. So you don't want to miss that because you want to continue to grow and get better and learn week after week. So if you miss those things, then you're putting yourself that much further behind. So take advantage of dialing on Mondays, booking up Tuesday, Wednesday with 15 to 17 appointments every hour on the hour. You'll see on Thursday, same thing. Thursday, most full-time agents are booking appointments for Friday and Saturday. Again, anywhere between 15 and 17 appointments on the hour, every hour. You do see a couple of appointments on Sundays every now and then. I do like to run appointments on Sundays after church. So if I feel like I need to run a few more, it's a great day to run. Saturdays and Sundays are great days to run business because a lot of people are typically home. They're not working. They're in a good mood. It's a good day. And so you can write a lot of insurance on the weekends when people are not working. So it's a great day to run business. Again, take advantage of not only the Monday live training that takes place, but also take advantage of the live training that takes place on Thursdays as well. All right. Couple of tips I want to remind you guys of as you're dialing. And again, that's what a typical full-time schedule looks like. All right. You want to book anywhere between 20 and 30 appointments on the week. So if you're running 4 days in the field, you can very easily get 20 to 30 appointments on those 4 days that you're in the field. And that's a full-time agent, 4 days in the field. All right. Couple of tips as you're looking at that schedule is, guys, preset your times in your schedule. Okay. In other words, if you have a schedule book that you've picked up from an office place, circle the time slots that you're going to be available. That way, when you're calling these people, you can look down at your schedule and you can very clearly see what times I have available. So when I get Mary on the phone, I can tell her, Mary, I'm going to be down your street at 10, 2, and 5. Which one of those works better for you? All right? You don't want to be fumbling around with wondering or guessing or putting these things on notebook paper or anything like that. Use a scheduling book that has preset times, and don't let your clients dictate your schedule. Guys, here's what I mean, is they need to fit into your schedule and not the other way around. Okay? If you're not careful at the very beginning, you'll let them run the phone call, right? You need to be able to run the phone call, and you need to determine your schedule. So much like a doctor's office, right? When I had to call the dentist office and schedule an appointment to clean my teeth, I didn't say, hey doc, just so you know, I'm going to be at your office on Thursday at 2 o'clock to clean my teeth. Just letting you know that's when I'm coming. That's not how it works, right? You call the secretary, she says, hang on a second, let me look at his schedule. And she says, the first opening he has is next month on Thursday, Friday, and he has openings at 2, 4, and 5. Which one of those works best for you, Gary, right? And I have to pick one. It's the same thing here. So you tell them when you're available, you tell them when you're going to be down their street in your area, and you let them choose one of those times, okay? If one of those times absolutely does not work, then yes, you want to pivot and go to another date and give them some other options. But don't let them determine your schedule. You determine the schedule, okay? Protect your dial time. It's real important. Don't let outside forces determine when you're dialing and when you're not dialing. So there's an advantage to being an independent agent. It's definitely a blessing, but there can also be a curse in being independent. And being independent means that, you can be at home, you can do what you want to do, you can determine your own schedule, you work when you want to work, that type of thing. That's the curse. Okay, so if you're not careful and you don't protect your dial time, what happens is you don't start at 8 o'clock because your family's asking you to do things or run people around town or things like that, and then you get interrupted throughout the day. So you make sure that your family understands, this is my dial time, this is when I'm working, so I can't be disturbed while I'm working, but I can certainly take care of things or help around here when I'm not working. Okay, that's a common flaw that new agents fall into, or the trap that they fall into, is they let other people determine when they're going to be working and they don't protect their dial time. That's super important. Remember, you're at work. Make sure your family understands that, hey, dad's working, okay, and I'm here, so you can't bother me. Dial from an office when you can. Remember, you're independent, but anytime you can go to an FFL office nearby, I would definitely take advantage of that. Because you're going to be surrounded by other people dialing, and you're going to learn a lot more than you would be if you were just dialing from your kitchen table. Okay, so take advantage of that. And when it comes to a good schedule, guys, plan ahead with family events. Don't get surprised with events that are going on in your life. Have a set schedule with your family and understanding that these are the days dad's working. These are the days that I won't be working, and I can do family things. Don't be loose about that. Be very disciplined about that. I promise you, your family will thank you. Your bank account will thank you. Your kids will thank you that you're working and you're doing the things that you need to do to support your family. But you have to be disciplined to the schedule. No different than if you were actually leaving your home and punching a clock at 8 o'clock and you didn't get home till 5 o'clock. It's the same thing. So you got to treat this thing like you are punching in at 8 o'clock and you're not punching out until you have your appointment scheduled. Okay? And let your family understand how that works. And again, they'll be glad that they did. Couple of tips, again, just some helpful tips when dialing and scheduling. I think these things go hand in hand. Know your phone objections, guys. It's real important. We provide that for you. You need to know what people are going to say when you call them, and you need to know how to overcome that as quickly as possible, because the more appointments you can set, the more money you're going to make, the more families you're going to help. But you need to understand what to say, how to say it when they say certain things, okay? Writing the last 4 digits of their phone number on the lead real important. In the upper left-hand corner, as you see here, right here on the screen, I do that with every lead. I get my leads planned or scheduled or coordinated, the night before I'm dialing. Put the date in the upper right-hand corner so I know when I got it. And then I put the phone number in the upper left-hand corner, because some of these people will call you back. And when you do, you want to be able to see these laid down on your desk, kind of staggered, so you can see that big number in the left-hand corner. You want to be able to grab that and call that person by name. Hey, Mary, thanks for calling me back. This is why I was calling. Okay, it'll save you a lot of time. It'll also save you a few appointments. Okay. Dialing 3 times in a row. Make sure you're being creative with the way you dial. There's a lot of good training out there about dialing 3 times in a row or dialing 2 times in a row and repeating that process. Just wash, rinse, repeat, right? Dial all through your leads, start back over from the top and dial again. Once you get to the bottom, start at the top and dial again, all right? Continue just to until they either are tired of seeing the same number calling them, and they will finally pick up and answer and find out who's calling them and what the emergency is, and you'll finally be able to book an appointment. We don't leave voice messages typically early on, but as the lead gets later, then we might leave a voice message to try anything and everything we need to do to get that person to call me back. All right. And the constant question we always get when you're building a schedule, guys, is from new agents is, how long do I dial? Like, Gary, how long do you dial those leads? And the short answer is, guys, I dial till I get my 15. Okay. Now, how long does that take? I don't know. Sometimes it takes an hour. Sometimes it takes 2 hours. Sometimes it might take 5 hours. You know, or sometimes people are picking up every call you make. Sometimes it may take a while. So the short answer is you dial until you get your job done. And your job is to book 15 appointments over a 2-day period. So just understand that everybody's different. The better you get at dialing, the less time it's going to take for you to book appointments. So just continue to practice and get better. A couple of things to remember just in closing. Guys, try all hours of the day when you dial. Don't assume that everybody is working a 9 to 5. You're going to be shocked how many people are working second and third shift. They're working the graveyard shift. They don't get home until 8 in the morning, so they're home. Just simply dial at 8 o'clock and go all the way through. But dial in the morning, dial in the afternoon, dial in the evening if you have to. I don't eat lunch during lunch period, during lunchtime. Excuse me. I eat lunch during times when it's not lunchtime. So I eat a little bit before lunchtime, or I eat after lunch, because I know during lunchtime at 12 o'clock is a great time to dial. Okay, it's a great time to fill up your schedule, because some people that are working, they have a lunch break. They'll finally answer that call that's been calling them 3, 4, 5 times that morning. Out of curiosity, they want to know who that is. So also know that evenings are a great time to dial. So it may not be convenient for you to dial in the evenings, but remember this, it's convenient for the client a lot of times that you're dialing in the evenings, because they're home, all right? Most of your seniors are home all day long, so they can be dialed pretty much anytime. Also remember that Sundays are a great day to dial. People always ask, hey, should we dial on Sundays at all? It's a great day to dial. People are in a great mood. People are home from work. And it's just a great day to dial. So you'll book up a lot of appointments by dialing on Sundays if you choose to do that as well. And just try to get ahead for your Tuesday and Wednesday week. Okay. But remembering some of the things that are convenient for clients to answer the phone may not always be convenient for you. So if I could leave you with this one thing with the schedule, is be disciplined to your schedule, guys. All right. Communicate with your family as to what your schedule is going to be, and treat this thing like a real job. All right. Don't treat this like a hobby, because if you do, I promise you, you will make hobby-like money. If you treat this like a real big boy job, you will make real big boy money. But you have to be disciplined. You got to do the things that the other people are in this business are doing to be successful. And I promise you, you will thank yourself. Your family will thank you, your kids will thank you, and your bank account will thank you as well. So I hope some of this stuff helps. Get a good schedule. Let that be a priority. And good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks a lot.